chance I get. You can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts. Sometimes I think though it's just getting worse. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me. Hoping someday that
Hello. I don't even know if I'm live or not. I guess I am. I'm on my own right now. I'm waiting on my producer to get back. Anyway, it's Thursday, baby. It's late. We've had a lot of storms in the area. We lost power for a while. It shut everything down. We had to reboot everything up. Shit. Hey, it's Thursday. I'm glad I'm on here. Anyway, I'm glad y'all are here. I can't seem to get anybody into the room over here. I haven't perfected this little trick yet. I'm in here by myself. Dwayne Dwizzle was the first one to jump in, followed by Raylene Allen. Stephanie Dean, how you doing, darling? The remixtress is with us. Michael James, baby. Glad you're here. And Michael Johnson's with us. Donald Ware. Sarge Tech is with us. Brian Champagne is here. Richard Phillips. Dina Michael, baby. Renee Price. Thank you so much. Martha Oliveira, thank you for being here. Doug Schuff, just joined your group, buddy. Thank you for being here. Randy Curvin. Rant and Randy is with us. Furious Wolf 777 Voodoo is with us, as is Michael Leach. Michael John. Oh, Lord have mercy. I got to catch up my breath here, baby. It's Thursday. Bernadette Pria's in here. We appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know how to do this part.
Give me the mouse.
Huh?
I need the mouse.
I made the mouse. Okay. And, anyway. We had a little weather in the area. We had lightning and storms in the area and whatnot. And we lost the power, and then we had to reboot everything up. And, so we're just now getting everything re-cranked up here. And, I appreciate you so much. Lady Freedom Rocks just came in with $5 and said, let's rock, baby, so let's do that. Oh, I got to get my banger out here. Lady Freedom, thank you very much, baby. Let's get it going. Anyway, as soon as Travis gets back in here, we'll get somebody in the room. But anyway, I hope y'all have had a fine day. Before the weather started today, I got my riding lawnmower fixed, and that was a nice little chore got done there. Finally got it running, so we ain't got to push the mower anymore. And then I jumped on it and started mowing before it started raining, and then it started raining, and then we lost power, and so on and so on. So it's been a very busy day. The only news that I know is that there's a new investigation on Matt Gaetz. Whoopie-doo. They're getting him for obstruction of justice, I understand. I guess him and his buddy tried to contact his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, to try to get her to, I don't know, persuade her to change her story or match up stories or whatever. I'm not sure, but today was working around the house, so I didn't get into the news a lot, and then days like that happen, so I'm not very up on what's happening outside of the fact that the Republican Party continues its assault on democracy. It's pitiful that we have to go through this every day and watch this bullshit as it happens. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by a shiny object so I can learn something here. Anyway, Bernadette, are you in the room? Bernadette? Are we there, Bernadette?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing, darling? It's been a hell of a day, baby. I'm not ready.
Yes.
We're gonna ad-lib
That's
this
okay.
one all the way through, baby. That's it. What?
Got some good news for you?
What you got?
Mr. Dominic.
Yes.
The most diligent student in class, according to his teacher.
Outstanding.
That's the 5th grade.
Outstanding.
And is on vacay
He's
a
on
week early.
vacation a week early because he's so highly.
week early.
He's up in his class, baby. Of course he is.
Yes.
That
yes,
kid's going
very
places,
proud of him.
as we all
He's,
are.
he's
There.
stoked. He's
Outstanding.
stoked.
Well, good. He's out for vacation. He gets to enjoy the summer a little bit. That's
Yep.
good. Well, I'm glad.
So
Well, Bernadette, thank you for being
Hey.
here. Huh? What?
we'll make it through.
Oh, we will, baby. I have no doubt. We got Johnny Fly with
Right
us.
Hello.
Hello, Johnny Fly. How are you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. Getting ready for a heat wave.
Are you? It's gonna warm up there
Weekend.
finally.
Oh yeah, like into the 90s.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot. There you go.
Oh, for you it's like in the 70s.
Well,
what are you
yeah.
talking about?
90 is normal down here, and I'm happy with
Yeah.
that. I'm happy with that. Well,
Well,
Johnny
I'll
Fly.
tell you what.
What?
I'll take that warmth over 5 degrees any day.
Yeah, 90's not bad. Starts pushing 110, it starts getting a little warm.
Yeah.
I think we're all probably up for that this year.
If it does that, I'll send it back down to you.
Yeah, do that. Do that.
All right.
I'll turn the fan on. SC knows all about that shit, don't you, SC?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. How's it going, John?
I'm doing fine, brother, and how about you?
I'm doing good. So, hello, Travis, Johnny, Bernadette, T. Days
Hello.
here, Velica, Sparky Don. Hello, everybody.
We got the
John,
whole
feel
group
free
here.
to. John, feel free to take a second and whip out the pipe and take a deep breath.
Yeah, I
Calm
yeah.
down. You know, we're here.
Yeah, nothing
We're
was
here. We ain't
working,
going nowhere.
babe. Nothing was working. I get a little twisted up sometimes, and lose my train of thought. Anyway, Aussie Dave, how are you, my friend?
Good, thanks, mate. Cooling down here, as I said last time. It's
That's
not
right,
nice
yeah.
weather, but I'm envious of you guys over there having some lovely weather. I suppose something's got to go good for you guys, doesn't it?
Always. But we know when we're starting to get hot over here, you're starting to cool off down under.
Oh, yeah.
Seasons are different,
Exact opposite to you guys.
and y'all's toilet goes a long
yes,
way.
they are.
Well, Aussie, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Let's get Sparky in the room. Sparky, how are you?
Well, I'm sitting in here under the AC, another triple-digit day, 104.
104 degrees today. Damn. Are you out in the man cave or inside?
Oh, you don't even go in that man cave when it's 104.
Yeah, I take it you're in the house on the AC then. Outstanding. Well, good. Stay there. No sense going out there sweating. I did. I sweated my butt off right before it started raining. But I got a lot of grass mowed before I did. Anyway. Velda? I'm sorry, Velica. My eyes ain't good.
Hey,
How are you, darling?
I'm okay.
Good. Everything good in your world? How's the weather up at your place?
It's okay. My place itself is okay. I read something on my news break there.
Yeah.
It's 8 coaches. They're on suspension right now, pending an investigation. But I wish they'd just fry them.
Who? 8
Lose
what?
Their freaking jobs. 8 coaches at the high school.
Oh, eight coaches at your local high school are under investigation for.
Hazing.
Oh, wonderful.
You might as well go ahead and put anti-Semitism on that too.
Boy, howdy shit. Ain't it sad?
I'm so pissed off because the boy was resting his shoulder and he missed practice. So this is for punishment. He had to sit there and eat a pepperoni pizza.
For punishment?
In the middle of the class, everybody had to watch him eat an entire pepperoni pizza. He's Jewish.
Oh, no.
There's pork.
No.
They allowed him to take the pork off. But the juices is still pork juices.
I don't understand.
That's assault.
I
That's
don't
an assault.
understand what lesson that's supposed to teach. I don't.
Well, just seems like it shows hate to Jewish people. That's what it seems like, the
You-
lesson.
You know, I can
But
speak
yeah,
on. I can, yeah.
Right now, they're in suspension, pending an investigation, and I wish I had a few choice words.
I would imagine.
They,
I wish I had some words.
You,
Now,
you know what
yeah,
it shows? You know what it shows? It shows the absolute ignorance that these
hmm
people in position are in.
yeah.
Yes.
That's
And
what it
you,
shows.
and I can tell you a lot about the hazing because we've had several cases of hazing. I'm Florida State University. We've had several cases of hazing. There's still people going through the process. That there's two guys that just pled guilty earlier this last week for a case that's been going on for 3 years. They do stupid shit. I know. I've been around these kids. They get out there now. The Semitism, all that's something new. But usually it's just they get out there and they just torture these kids. And it all evolves around alcohol, where most of these deaths come from. These kids drink too much alcohol because they're forced to do it because they want to be in this certain club, this fraternity, which it's just, and they die, and they die.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to pay the price. They're being prosecuted for being part of it. And I think they need to, and maybe they'll learn.
Yes.
Maybe they'll learn, because I can tell you, I've spent the last 20 plus years dealing with. I never went to college, but I'm in a college town, and I know how they act.
Right.
I know how stupid they can be, even though they are in college, supposed to be getting an education. They do stupid shit.
Well, you know what? They don't really have to join those fraternities, right? That's if you want to.
They-
That you
that's-
have
that's
you have to
all-
want to, but they make it.
All status. It's all
Yeah.
status. What
Yeah.
you want your status to be,
Yeah.
and they are. They're all. I mean, I'm not trying to say anybody that's ever been in a fraternity is a bad person, but some of these people just do stupid stuff to try to fit in, and a lot of them are
Yeah,
dying.
we're not
And so-
talking about what was that movie Animal House. We're talking about some serious shit here.
Yeah.
That we have a case here in Corpus Christi going on now at a local high school of hazing.
It has
the
actually
football
another case a few years back. The FAMU Marching Chiefs, not Marching Chiefs, but the FAMU Marching 100, they beat a hazing guy to death on the bus. That happened about 5 or 6 years ago, probably now. But and these people had to pay the price. But they pretty much beat this kid, a part of their own band member. I mean, beat him to where he actually died from his injuries.
That's
and
sad. That's sad. It's that desire by some, or that pathway, let's say, because some of these fraternities and sororities, they're big in the business world. When you graduate, your alumni help you get in positions and stuff like this. They help each other out. That's what a fraternity is supposed to be about. But to get, it's the camaraderie, it's the connection within a group. I don't mind that. You want to help your fellow brother or sister out. That's fine. But this bullshit of hazing. It borders on sadistic sometimes, and you have to wonder who in the hell's thinking this shit up.
My friend BW, she would call it toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, some of the colleges,
but it's taught, and it's taught by their peers, and so that's why you get it in fraternity houses. This is the problem with
in the Navy. When you make rank, they call what they call tacking on your crook. Because in the Navy, you become a petty officer, which is an eagle up there on your shoulder. And when you make rank and you move up a rank, they tack it on, meaning that everybody that you know, regardless of grade, gets to walk up and punch the shit out of your shoulder. There's hazing in SEAL team when you get your wings. They will pound that with those metal pegs into your chest.
Apparently, it's quite prolific throughout the military branches. We've heard,
anywhere you find a bunch of men,
the tailhood with the Air Force, and come on.
They're
when you get guys gathered together and they get that toxic masculinity going on,
got that
this is what you
testosterone,
end
baby.
up with. And it's a damn shame because nobody's teaching these people how to be true men.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I was in my 20s, that age, like I said, I didn't go to college, but I like to have fun, good time, but never did this. And I had spent, like 2 years having to go to this one bar in town that's in College Park town, and I had to play there 2 times every Saturday a month.
Right.
And I seen how these kids act. Matter of fact, the first time we played there, one of our guitar players ended up with a street sign through his car window,
Wow.
And it was like, but we did it because we got paid good to do it. And, but when the last time I went to that place was after I'd quit the band, I come to see their last show, and I couldn't even stay for it. I could not stand to be around that place, and I haven't even been by there. And this place is in my old town, and I haven't been by there since probably 2015 when I quit playing music.
Boy,
It's just that's a part of town that I don't belong in. It's because it's all just a bunch of kids that are just doing crazy shit and just being drunk all the time, and it's just like, oh God, yeah.
Now I could see if it was harmless things like years ago. I know, like in high school now, like I'll never forget. Boy, talk about being stupid.
We've all been stupid once or twice in our life.
Oh yeah.
Well,
if we're
the
lucky,
thing
it
is,
was
I
only once or twice, but normally a lot higher number than that.
Well, it was. I was good friends with this one girl, and I didn't realize she was a senior, right? And it was a day that you had to do things as a freshman. I just was a freshman,
Right.
and you had to do things for the seniors. Well, for the whole day, almost the whole day, nobody hit up on me to do stuff for them. I said, "Oh, good." So I said to her, and I didn't realize she was a senior. I said, "Oh man, it's a good day, man. Nobody asked me to do anything for them." I said, "This is a good day. I think I'm going to get away with it." Here she was a senior, so she made me carry her books to class. I think I had to walk backwards.
Oh, howdy.
But now that's
a rite of passage
that's
for
wholesome.
a lot of people. But again, you have to temper that with some kind of,
Common
sense
sense.
that you could kill somebody, and they do.
Mm-hmm.
They get carried away with it. We see it in the news occasionally at a college or somewhere, or at a high school, and some student dies because of the ignorance of this stuff. It really needs to be more about
John,
the education and not the social aspect
to
of college.
purposely make a Jewish person force them to eat pork.
Yeah,
that should be considered a hate crime.
That should be
An assault.
because you know what you're doing.
It's an assault.
Yes,
It is indeed.
they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, you're not gonna. That's unacceptable at any level.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep us informed on how that's going, Velika, because let's see what happens. Maybe
you see what you started here, so we want to know what happens.
Yeah,
so keep us informed about what's going on.
She's posted on that.
Muted. Yeah, she's muted now and has her headset off, so I don't know if she heard.
Okay, all right.
Can
Well,
I
that's
broach another
Velika. Come in
subject,
here and
guys?
toss a hand
Go
grenade
ahead.
and then leave.
Can I broach another subject?
Sure, go ahead, Dave.
Yes.
Did anyone see on NBC last night the psychiatrist that was interviewed about Donald Trump and his latest behaviour and what he predicted? It was scary.
I didn't see that.
One or two
He's
things.
becoming delusional.
Yes, he
He's
becoming.
delusional.
He's not becoming.
More
He's always has been.
delusional.
More delusional.
The psychiatrist said that one or two things will basically happen. He would double down on the lie and his defence of it and incite the violence, or he's going to jump on a plane but you will not face the music when the New York comes after him. He said he would definitely not face the music. He would rather jump on a plane and take off. That's his personality, and that's what this man
I want to
predicts.
see that.
It's only a 3.5 minute.
I want to see him make a break for it.
His niece, Mary Trump, said this shortly after he lost. She said exactly what he's gonna do. And the one thing that Donald Trump is pissed about more than everything else is that he said, Loser.
Hey, but get ready, man. Come August, he's gonna waltz right back in that White House and become our president again.
Fuck Trump. He
Yeah.
ain't waltzing
No, he
nowhere,
ain't
but
coming.
maybe to,
He's not coming back into
grandeur.
the White House.
He might waltz into a courtroom.
This
Yeah,
is all, again, it's setting up to proclaim across the land next election, whether it be in 22 or in 24, they'll save the big one for 24, that the election system is broken. It doesn't work anymore. Nobody has freedom to vote. Nobody gets, everybody, China's sending in votes and all this stuff. They are just going to double down and keep this shit up.
I don't know
What's the deal with Don Jr.?
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's an idiot like his daddy.
Like his daddy.
I think he's got
video things for $500 a pop.
Yes. Oh, Marcia told me about that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tell me he ain't desperate. Oh, by the way, y'all can get a picture of me, $500 a pot. Well, better yet, why don't you just take it right off your screen right there? It's free. Yeah. What's he selling?
Happy birthday, whatever.
Happy birthday to Jill Biden today. She turned 70 today. Our first lady.
Right
happy
on.
birthday.
Outstanding.
Right on.
I'm proud of that woman. I am.
Well,
indeed.
John, did you hear that the FBI is investigating DeJoy's ass?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Little campaign financing thing here going on. How he get his money?
Violation? But he didn't know anything about it
did
because
not know.
he wouldn't willingly violate the law.
Well, of course not. Nobody would willingly. Yeah, kiss my.
But what's
ass.
that saying? Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
No excuse. Ignorance of the law
No
is not an
excuse.
excuse. Just because you didn't know, that's not.
I was wondering what was going on the other day. On Wednesday, I got no mail delivery.
I'm waiting on a package right now.
Again? It's not for
You
me.
have a nice weight, Bernadette.
No,
Not my fault
no,
this time.
Is something that I ordered. This is something that I ordered, and yeah, it was supposed to show up a couple days ago, and it still hasn't. It's still, yeah.
Ever since that man
Yeah, I
walked in,
heard-
we've had
I-
trouble.
My
with it.
mailman didn't even run the route because I had something in the mailbox. A flag was up and everything. And it was still
He
going.
You know-
didn't even come on
No,
the
You know
route.
what?
Nobody come.
You
Boy,
know
that
what?
is
I heard today, I think it was on MSNBC, they said when Trump picked these people, he picked the bottom of the barrel, and he sure picked the bottom of the barrel with DeJoy. That's
That's
only
the
one
only
of
people
them.
that would go to work for his ass.
He
Yep.
picked DeJoy because he knew what DeJoy would do for him and
Right.
what DeJoy
Corrupt.
would do to the post office.
Right.
Everything
DeJoy
about
was
Trump has
was
been
in
corrupt.
competition with the Postal Service. He had a business that was in
Yes.
direct competition with the Post Office.
Yes.
It's to his benefit
Yeah, and
to slow the Post Office down.
Apparently, he forced his employees to make campaign donations. And that's
That's
what he's
interesting.
been investigated for. Yeah, well, so be it. Everything Trump touches dies, and yeah, he could go too.
Yes. That's the name
Well,
of the
I
book.
thought
Everything Trump
we
touches
wouldn't have
dies.
to deal with this asshole anymore.
No, DeJoy. No, Trump did his fucking damage, and it was on purpose, and it's been long term, and we'll be fighting the shit that he's done for a long fucking time.
And I was just getting ready to say that, Bernadette, because you mentioned it. Everything this man touches dies. Okay,
Yes.
he was out there. He become president. It's like I said, I never did hate Donald Trump. I never did pay much attention to the motherfucker. But when he become my president, yeah, it got personal. Okay, it got personal. And now, and like I said before, the damage has been done. Look at all the crazy shit that is going. I have trouble wrapping my head around this every night. That's one of the reasons why I come to the Blue Room.
Biggest damage, I think, is the invention of the QAnon and the idiots that follow that bullshit.
Yeah, it's
That's like the Tea Party on steroids.
I was fixing to say we can look at the progression from the Tea Party to the QAnoners today. I mean, it's the same people.
When Trump lost the election, and I knew Biden was going to be president, there was a few weeks there where I felt a little bit better. I like Trump's gone. But I tell you
Maybe
what,
so.
that is quickly, and Biden's still president. I'm happy for that. But that feeling quickly went away, and I'm like, it's disturbing. This country's out of hand. It's out of hand. And I'm just ready.
Hey, I just wanna reassure the blue dots that Biden will be president for another 3.5 years, you guys.
Yes. He ain't going nowhere.
Of course.
Let's
He
not
ain't going
forget
nowhere.
that. It's not like Trump is, a magic mushroom. He's just gonna pop right back up.
You know, this whole thing.
There is a process we go through.
And I'm interested in seeing how this Biden Putin meeting goes. I know that's coming. When's that coming up?
I don't think it's going to be like the Donnie Boy
a
Putin
week
meeting.
or two.
Donnie, I mean, Joe's not going to get down and lick Putin's ass like Donnie did.
No, he won't.
That's going to be the big
And there
difference
won't
here.
be,
He's
there
going to
won't be a
stand up
secret
to it.
meeting either. I guarantee you there'll be someone in the room with them taking notes, and those notes will be available. It won't be no secret shit happening.
Well, Biden needs to come down strong with Putin and say, look, knock this shit off what you're doing with
Randy Kervin, I don't know how to.
now virus. Go ahead.
Oh, I was responding.
You don't think he has? You don't think that Biden hasn't done that? I think he has.
Well, he might have, yeah. But,
Well, he did. He did. He increased the sanctions, didn't he, when he got in the office?
Yes, he
I
did.
think he put. I think he
Yes,
did
he
put
did.
some
He's
on.
already contacted Putin.
Oh, I think that he's had a lot stronger words since, I don't know, the oil company's been hacked. The
JBS meat. He's going to have to confront them.
But you know what, John?
We have been hacked all over the place. These people are never going to stop. They're not going to stop.
They found an easy mark until we put a stop to it.
You know what, John? What we should do is we have good tech people over in this end. They need to hack into their computers over there and give them some malware.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
You don't think that we're doing that?
We can
well,
do
I
that.
guess
I'm
so.
sure.
They're not going to come out. They're not going to come out.
No, we're not going to advertise
They're not
that
going to
shit.
come out and tell you that we're doing that.
Putin is going to come out and say that this is not Russian. It might be somebody in Russia, but it's not part of the government. And I say bullshit. Putin knows everything that's going on in that country.
Let's not forget that during the 2016 election, Putin hacked the RNC and the DNC. They released the emails on the DNC. They did not release the shit that they took from the RNC.
No, I think
they didn't do that.
This when you start bringing up the Republican Party in Russia, I swear, it's like the Republican Party is more than willing to be very acceptable of Russia, to be buddy to let's make a deal here. It's almost sad to watch just how far they've been willing to go down the tubes for them ever since Donnie came on the picture.
Maybe that's bought off by the National
Ruble Association.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe that's because Russia does have dirt on the Republican Party too. So they're willing to work with them.
If you're in bed with the Russians, and it appears that the NRA was, they got dirt on all your ass. They got dirt on you as soon as you accepted that money. You're already in a bind.
We're not done. I think the Republican Party, maybe this is a strong statement, but I think they're all traitors.
At this point, that's all I see is people willing to turn their back on this democracy. While they worship a golden idol? Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Go ahead, SC.
I haven't got too into the Fauci emails yet, but I can already tell you the Republicans, they're going after that shit. They're fixing to unload on Fauci with his emails because I'm already seeing the tweets from all these like Gates and Martin Taylor Greene. And I mean,
it'll be a lot
the emails.
Yeah,
they're already ramping to make this shit.
They love emails. They love emails.
Rand Paul's going nuts.
Well, of course he is. Of course he is.
You know what?
Fauci have a bad running battle going.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Fauci, he's
put my
used
money
to
on
them by
Fauci.
now. He doesn't seem to be letting them bother him.
He ain't phased by it. He ain't phased by his emails being released. He's out there. He's
No.
talking
no,
about it.
That's
no.
what I just got
Fauci
He
done
ain't
has,
saying.
phased
he
at
ain't
all
got a
about
worry
his
in the world.
email.
You're going to see people
He's
like
got nothing to hide.
no, Jim Jones
He's an honest man.
and Ron Paul.
Well,
and
like I
all
said,
them.
yeah, I haven't
Rand
gotten
The
to his.
mouthpieces.
Yeah,
They'll
I
all
haven't
be
The
going
gotten
ape
to,
shit.
yeah.
I
haven't
demand an
gotten- like I
answer
said,
to
I
this.
haven't gotten
Piss
into
off.
to the emails, but I can tell you, they're already. That's what they're.
I'm not
they're
familiar
getting
with
riled up about. That's
what
gonna be
they
the
say.
next. The
I have not
emails,
delved
the
into
emails,
that
the emails,
story.
and I know
Yeah,
Fauci's a
let's
stand-up
just
guy.
let's
Hold on.
just watch who screams the loudest, because it'll be Jim Jordan, it'll be
Yes,
Matt Gaetz,
yes.
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
all those.
Yeah.
It'll be those that actually.
They're going to try to make it
probably
into
got
a
something.
shiny object and scream and yell
Yeah.
at it, just like they did.
Here's
Yeah,
a
it was-
Mr.
distraction.
Potato Head.
Don't
Yeah,
look at what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Let's
Yeah.
see. What did you want to say?
No, I'm just going along with it. But I can say one thing, it's a shame that fucking Matt Gaetz is going to have anything to say about it, because this guy should be
By
he should
the
be under
time-
he should be under the jail.
He's-
I mean,
well,
this
By the
guy.
time they're done with him, SC, he's going to be in
It's
jail.
like every
soon.
day you
The-
wake up thinking that today's the day Matt Gaetz going to get indicted. You know it's coming around the corner.
Look. Y'all just found out about Tulsa 100 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Justice takes time.
Oh, it does, baby. It does.
It takes
I knew
time.
about Tulsa.
I knew about Tulsa too.
Well, until last year, I did not. I did not until last year when
Yeah.
after Donnie had his rally in Tulsa. That was the first
I
hint
remember
that
John.
I
Can I,
ever
can I,
heard of that. Go ahead, Dave.
But Tulsa
Can I
wasn't
ask
the only one.
SC Smith a question? SC Smith,
Yeah.
your little state of Florida there, your
Yeah.
little whistleblower, is he safe or she safe? Because it sounds like she's got shit on DeSantis.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Oh,
he was doing the same as Trump, fudging the figures on the virus.
yeah, we'll see what comes out of that. I mean,
are we talking about that same
it's-
lady that they raided her
yeah,
house?
Rebecca Jones.
Okay.
A couple of days ago they came out and listed her as a whistleblower. The only story I had a chance to read about it was from the Tallahassee Democrat, which
Right.
I don't subscribe to their paper on Facebook, so I never can read that story. I can only read the headline, and my local news station hasn't mentioned anything about it, so I haven't been able to read into the
So
full
it's been
story.
squashed.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave, but I think she's still. I mean, that whole case where she got raided and all that, it's kind of
remember
been
that.
one of those things that's just fell by the wayside. And I follow her on Twitter, but she still stands up and speaks her mind on Twitter, but ain't much been said about what's going on with all that. So it's kind of hard to look at.
The last I heard was a couple of days ago, whereas one of the guys being interviewed, I can't remember his name, a Democratic senator, and on CNN, saying she is entitled to be a whistleblower because Fox was saying that she's a coward and she's a liar and all that, the usual.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he
Really?
was saying that she deserved to have the protection of a whistleblower. And all of a sudden it's gone quiet. I think, Jesus, have you got political censorship happening as well now?
Yeah. Well,
They cut her off.
Virginia,
Well, it's
he's just right off camera. He's right there. Travis is here. He's just right over there. He's not. He's just not in his chair.
Ron
Oxy was
DeSantis, this
talking
guy.
about. Go ahead.
Ron DeSantis, this guy every day he's doing an interview. He's never in Tallahassee. He's in someplace else in the state. Every day doing an
he
interview.
wants to be president.
He's making sure every day he has his face out there.
Yeah.
Whether he's signing a bill or whatever. I mean, like today, they're kicking off a big thing down the Everglades to hunt down the pythons. He was out there today to promote, which I think's a good deal. That's a great deal, you know. But he's out there putting his face in it to promote it. This dude is making sure he gets his face out there every single day. And like I said a few nights ago, he does things that make him look good. Like he's given the teachers like 3 raises since he's been in office. He's working to lower prescription pills, things like that kind of give him. So we'll see what happens. But Nikki Fried joined the race a couple of days ago, and so as far as Democrats running against him now, we got Nikki Fried and Charlie Crist. I definitely am a big Nikki Fried friend. I'm gonna vote for her. I will vote for Charlie Crist and have no problem doing that because I voted for him before. It's gonna be whatever Democrat it is. But Nikki Fried, she's been on his ass the whole time, and I think she's got the best chance to do this.
When it comes down to brass tacks, it's vote blue no matter who. There's going to be an R and a D on that list, and an L.
Exactly.
Probably.
I voted for Charlie Crist before, and I would have no problem voting for him again if he's the one. But Nikki Fried, I'm all for her because I want a woman. Because I said it before, America needs mama. We need mama. we need more women in office.
We do.
And,
you do.
We do.
Yes, we do. Yes.
A little less testosterone.
She already put like her donation thing she put out there, okay? Because she's the agriculture commissioner and she knows what marijuana can do for the state. And her donation thing is
Evil
out there.
weed.
And the first two donations that you can make, the first one is $4.20.
Really?
The second one is
$4.20.
$20.22, and then the rest of them are like 50, 100, 200 domination or whatever. But yeah, I mean, she's, I think, like I said, so I'm happy.
Sort of getting a little progressive down there.
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so too, bro.
I hope they bring that shit over here to Texas.
Oh, by the way, I do want to remind everybody that SC would know because he is an honorary black mama. He would know about
That's true. I remember when SC became an honorary black mama. So yeah.
That's right. He knows.
That's me.
What was the sentence? What was the sentence, Bernadette?
Child, please.
Oh, it's been a while.
I'm pretty sure I could whip out my reward, and because I got it stashed away.
It's written up there.
Yeah.
It's written on there.
And I can figure it out
to prove it.
Let's see if I can whip it out and
No, don't whip it out.
Well, while we wait for SC to whip it out, let me thank Randy Curvin. Randy Curvin, Rant and Randy, who sent in a $5 donation. Rant and Randy, thank you very much. If y'all have not checked out Rant and Randy's True American Patriot group, you need to check him out. He does a rant every day on YouTube, on Facebook.
Every day,
Rant and Randy does his thing every day, and that's the persistence, baby. That's when you know dedication, baby. It's that persistence. He keeps it up, and we're so proud of him. Randy, we're trying to get you a link. We got a problem with Randy in the Discord, and Randy can't remember his password, so we got to do something. Travis is trying to work on it, trying to get a link for him so he can get in here. So,
I was gonna say, can he change the passwords? I guess not.
It's technical. It's tech shit. I don't do tech shit.
We'd love to have him in here.
I have these buttons right here. These are the buttons I can touch. That's it.
No more buttons for you.
Yeah,
John.
y'all see what happened when we started the show? Travis wasn't in. I couldn't get anybody in the room. Are you shitting me?
No. I have found my certificate.
You whooped it out.
Black Mama Association, and it is get your black ass in the house right now before I beat your motherfucking ass.
There you go. That's Black Mama talk.
Sounds like something Bernadette would say.
Get your black ass in the house.
That's what it was.
Every day.
I heard the same thing, just left out the word black. And get your ass in the house. What I always hated was when they tell you to go out there and get a switch. Go get a switch.
Hey Johnny, I can go sit on my back porch one afternoon, and I can just hit record on my phone, and you'll hear that. Trust me, you'll hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
My upstairs neighbor is every day.
Want another giggle? Lower Trump on CNN last night saying, I don't know who's suggesting Donald Trump will be back in August. I think the other side has got their knickers in a twist or something because it's not us.
Who said that?
Did you see that?
No, I ain't seen
Trump.
Laura Trump.
Laura
Trump. Oh, no, he didn't say that.
Yes, she
Y'all
did.
get your panties in a lie.
The other side of and they've never suggested he's coming back in August. She said this on CNN. It wasn't us. We had never suggested this. No, sorry, it wasn't CNN. I apologise. It was Fox. CNN used that clip to, say what an idiot she is. But it was a clip of her on Fox saying, it's not us. And Fox and Sean Handy goes, well, now you've just screwed the programming for the other side for the next 3 months. In other words, they haven't got another lie to spread. I mean, they're out there now saying, we're not saying Donald's coming back. We never suggested he's coming back.
No, Donald Trump said he's coming back.
That's exactly right. CNN replayed the clip of Donald Jr. and all those, Roger Stone, saying he'll be back in August. And Mr. Pillow Guy saying, he's saying that because I should say that's the day it's happening. And Laura Trump's up there on Fox saying, well, it wasn't us. We're not saying it. And Fox is saying, well, the other side's screwed now.
William Kennedy.
CNN just said, what do you do? What do you fucking do? What do you do? How do you fight that sort of line?
You just ignore their stupid fucking asses because they're retarded, obviously.
That's all you can do.
Okay?
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. And you know what? You don't give it lip service because
they're delusional.
He is irrelevant at this point.
He is.
The only thing that matters about Donald Trump is that New York is on his ass.
And one of the defense lawyers for one of I seen something where there was a defense lawyers for one of the people that got arrested for the Capitol insurrection that said his client was basically a dumbass and watched too much Fox News, and that was his defense. That was the defense he gave. It was just like, my client's just a dumbass and watched too much Fox News.
You know what? No, I wish all the media would stop covering his ass, period. He is no longer president. They know stupid shit comes out of his ass. Don't make a big deal out of it. Leave him alone,
They can't.
What is it now?
They can't. It's pure entertainment.
It sells.
Wait till his big speech this weekend.
Yeah, he's threatening to go back out there with his little rallies again. You ain't heard shit yet. It'll be just like before he became president. The news will cover him 24/7.
Wouldn't it be nice if the news didn't cover his rally? Because it's insignificant at this point.
I got to use my banger here real quick because I got people to thank. William Kennedy came in with $5. William Kennedy, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate it. And Sheila Y. Loves Sunsets came in with $5 on Super Chat. Sheila, I love sunsets too, baby. And Diana Mallory, bequeather of the gong and secret squirrels, and some people know what that is, came in with $5 and said, hey, y'all. Hey, how you doing, Diana Mallory? I hope you're doing fine, baby. We're all doing fine. Hey, y'all want to hear kicking the ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, because that's my job here, is checking the news here to see what's going on so we can provide commentary and insight into Joe Manchin can kiss my ass.
That's right.
Senator Joe Manchin dismisses calls to create a special carve-out to eliminate the filibuster to pass voting legislation on a simple majority party line vote. He ain't going to give it up. He's going to hang on to that filibuster, baby.
Yeah, they interviewed him. They interviewed him today, John. I think it was Wolf Blitzer. No, it wasn't. It was on Wolf Blitzer's show. I forget who interviewed him. And he said he's going to work. He wants them to remain.
He's the ringleader. He's the center of attention down there.
Yeah, and he knows it. And you can't tell me he's not doing this on purpose. Well, look at the power I've got. I wish they'd get rid of him.
That pisses me off because the filibuster is, I don't give a shit what Joe Manchin comes up and starts singing a song and dance about, well, we need the filibuster because we have to find, a reach across the aisle here to find consensus on things, and we need to work. It ain't working, Joe. The Republican Party uses it as a freaking weapon. That's what they do with it. They're not sitting there. None of the Republican Party is looking to reach across the aisle and work with us on anything. Mitch McConnell came out and said again, he's 100% committed to stopping this administration. His number one priority again.
But what'll happen, John, is then after they do all this shit, they'll turn around and say, "Well, look at the Democrats didn't do anything. They couldn't even push any legislation."
Democrats didn't get anything done. We can't with this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, at least at the very least, what?
Well,
go ahead.
There's been more legislation passed in the first 5 months of Biden's presidency than Trump passed his whole entire time he was in office.
Correct.
And we'll find a way around this too. Joe said,
yes, we will.
Doing nothing is not an option. We're gonna do something. I don't know about the serious ones though. HR 1 for the People Act, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, and the George Floyd Act. This is major legislation that this country is waiting on, and the infrastructure, which now I understand Joe is backing off the corporate tax on the infrastructure. We are keep giving shit to the Republicans, trying to get them to become bipartisan. How come every time they're out, John, they get everything they freaking want?
Right,
they're not bipartisan.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They use the legislative process as a weapon to retain power or to get what they want. And when we have the power, well, we're just trying to we need to work together. We need to work together, and everybody work together so we can get this done. We can progress America. Not when the other side says no. This is getting to be bullshit. This is why our government doesn't work. You know, the filibuster, when they started, you had to stand on the freaking floor and talk. And then they changed the rule to where all they have to do is sit at their desk and say, I object. That's it. I object.
Hey, like John, like Ted Cruz did when he had that, what was it, green ham and eggs?
Green eggs and ham, and that's something else that pisses me off.
Green eggs and ham, yeah.
If you're going to stand on the floor of the Senate and filibuster, and you're going to sit up there and run your mouth, you should run your mouth about the issue at hand. Not sit up there and read a cookbook. Nobody wants to listen to your dumb ass do that shit. If you have an argument on an issue, you stand on the floor and you make your argument. You convince the other side that they're wrong and that they'll see the error of their ways and follow you. That's what statesmen are supposed. That's what leaders are supposed to do. But they don't do that anymore. We don't have that kind of legislation anymore. Legislators, we have a Congress that just plays games all day, and they're political games.
Well, because John, because we don't have leaders anymore.
No. No.
They want to go back and forth on Twitter and insult each other. Say, how the fuck do they get together and come together on issues when all they can do is be on Twitter all day, talking shit about each other.
They show up on TV shows on MSNBC, CNN, whatever show that congressmen, Republicans, and Democrats. That's their whole life. Well, what do you think about this January 6th commission? Why didn't you vote for this? Well, we already have a lot of committees looking at this, and we are being investigated, and 450 people. I don't think there's no way we can find the body. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a song and dance crap show that they pull out of their ass to try to sound intelligent while they tell you to
John,
kiss off. It's called diplomacy, doing and saying the nastiest thing in the nicest way.
Nothing is going to change until we have another fucking major crisis in this fucking country.
We're fixing to have one.
Yep.
As if the pandemic wasn't bad enough. People are going to lose their lives. People are going to lose their lives when people like Manchin and Sinema sit back and do nothing.
And Donald Trump's prepared to sacrifice those lives for himself.
Indeed.
Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck whether you lose your life or not.
That's right.
That is not his concern.
He stays out of jail.
As long as he doesn't lose his
Donald Trump is the same guy when he bailed on Vietnam.
With all the hacking,
he's all too willing to let somebody else die.
That's going on. People, wait till they cut the electrical grid in the heat of the summer. Yeah. And we can't cool our senior citizens or our babies down. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
you know, if we don't get our shit together, whether it happens politically or environmentally, yes, it's going to happen. And that's the scary part when you follow the end game out to each side. Where are we going with this shit? The right, it seems like they want a Mad Max society, baby. Let's just whip out the guns and whoever wins, wins. That's what the Republican Party seems to be advocating. And here we are on this side trying to make advancements for our society, and we get stumbled up by procedural problems in the House with filibuster and shit.
That's the thing too, John. That's the thing too, is we need more of a majority of Democrats in there too. Like I said before, it's the way people vote. Now we concentrate on the presidency. Yes, it's wonderful we got Biden, but how about getting more Democrats in the Congress?
You know what we need? We need more women.
Yes.
Because women don't think this way.
They're not greedy.
Well, no,
They're egotistical.
Bobart's not doing good for the women's side there.
Well,
there's exceptions to the rule, is all I'm saying.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about on the Democratic side. We need to lose some of these men and put women in their seats, because women are far more negotiable than men are. They're stuck on stupid right now, and the old white man in America is unwilling to relinquish his seat for progress of our country. Look, it's Justice Breyer.
Yes, they do. People in the South vote according to guns and abortion. Yep. That's true. You know, that's the sad part.
The young lady that was the valedictorian in your state here recently that had to submit her speech to the school and the board so that it could be approved for her to speak out, and then she turned around and spoke about abortion's rights and what Texas is trying to do.
Yep.
Awesome young lady. I would love to see her run for something.
Yeah, and she will. She will.
I hope so.
If she's standing up for it now, she will. Because here in Texas, you know, we just passed that or Greg Abbott signed that the 6 weeks bill. 6 weeks. 6 weeks, you don't even know you're pregnant yet. You know, it's ridiculous, but it sells. That's exactly. It's the same as holding up an AR-15 and saying, "From my cold dead hands, we protect the guns and the unborn." That's it. Once you're born, they don't give a shit about your ass.
Yeah, Beto at work and Stacey Abrams had a thing they did today on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't watch it because I couldn't at the time, because it was like 30-some minutes long, and I was tied up doing something else. I just happened to be scrolling and seen it. But they're teaming up, you know, and that's a good combination, you know, and you know, it could be you know, a good combination to get some people, because they were I think they were talking about voting and getting people out there to vote and all that stuff. But the future, you know, that's what hopefully we look forward to, is a better future. And Stacey Abrams and Beto O'Rourke, you know,
that is the future.
Next, you know,
we got
Kamala Harris,
and they're both younger.
I mean, just like that little girl in Texas yesterday that spoke her mind. Amen, sister. You know, shit.
Indeed.
You know.
Well, we gotta get that. What is that, John? HR1.
HR1.
We gotta get that
HR1 is for the people. That is what we need to counteract all this bullshit that the states. What we got here? I got it written down right here. We got to get 43 states with 253 bills on voter suppression.
We gotta get some gun control going here.
How can that happen, though? How can 43 states, because there's not 43 Republican states, so it must be some Democratic states faced with this situation.
This is legislation. Even if it's a Democratic state, they can still introduce legislation. Not to say it's going to pass. Mm-hmm. But right now, there are 43 states, and the ones that they are passing, if you look at the map, it looks like the voter map. Red and blue.
They're rolling the dice.
In Republican states, they are passing this shit left and right. And get this, down here in Texas, the one that they're trying to pass, the one that the Democrats walked out in the last hour and a half before the session ended, before the deadline of the bill, The Democrats in the Texas House walked out. Without a quorum, they can't take the vote. Midnight comes, it's all over with. It did not pass.
But
now,
they can't. They cannot continue to do that, and they effectively said so.
Yeah.
We're doing the best we can in these states in order to hold back these laws, but we need these federal acts passed.
When the Republican Party here in Texas, when they were challenged on the voting restriction for Sundays, when the Republicans put in the bill that you cannot vote until after 1 p.m. on Sunday, which is cutting out the Souls to the Polls program here in Texas, just wipes it out. And nobody can. The black churches all across this state and across this country use Sunday Souls to the Polls to go vote. Well, they changed it. Well, you can't go before 1 o'clock. They were challenged on that. And because it was so blatantly racist and targeted at this group, the Republicans backed down on it and said, well, it was a typo. It meant to say 11. Except for the fact that they put PM after the 1. Yeah, so don't come around here trying to sell your shit.
Well, John,
they argued on the floor. They argued the 1 o'clock.
Yes, they
PM.
argued 1 p.m. on the floor.
My question, John,
go ahead.
is, is it the fact now, is it that the black churches are they're done church at 12 noon?
No, it's during a sermon during the election time when voting is open on Sundays. A lot of churches, and it's not only black. There's other churches that have picked this up too. But it's Souls to the Polls. It was started by black churches here in the country to get more involvement in the black community, and it started rolling and it became a problem here in Texas because black people were voting. And we can't have that.
My question, John, though, is this 1 o'clock time. What was it before this, and what's it going to be after this? How does 1 o'clock?
5 o'clock, they can start the vote, I believe.
In Houston, they had a place that was open 24 hours a day. You could go vote any time of the day. They cut that out.
That's how it should be.
In Australia, it's 12 hours. You've got 12 hours on the day to vote. And the whole day, it's done on a weekend, normally on a Saturday. If you're working on that day, your employer is obliged to give you time off to vote. And they do so.
Yeah, they don't do that here.
But there's always a voting place around the corner. You cannot drive 2 miles without seeing 2 voting places, So it's available to everyone, everywhere.
And that's the way it should be anywhere.
You know what? This ain't about what time people go to vote and all the rest of that. This is about suppressing the vote, period. They don't want black people to vote. This shit is only being done in
not only black people,
cities,
anybody. They don't care. They don't care if it's they are targeting the communities of color, both Hispanic and black people. Yes, that's who they're targeting. Which is
something that they've always done in this country. Let me tell you something. Black people already know this shit. We've seen it all our fucking lives. You guys, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Hey, John?
Yes, Johnny.
I just want to remind you, my buddy Bill Jones wanted me to remind everybody to ask, call your senators on this For the People Act.
I need a screen. I need to get a screen.
You can call them at, here's the number again in case anybody doesn't have it. It's area code 202-224-3121. That's 202-224-3121. Call your senators. Tell them they need to pass that For the People Act.
Yes.
Call Joe Manchin.
Yeah, call Joe Manchin.
We need to call Joe Manchin.
That's not a bad idea.
Get off the pot or shit.
Yeah.
Call
Shit or
Joe
get off the
Manchin.
pot.
Call Christian. That's right.
Christine, send him a 2.
Remind him he's a Democrat. Remind
him that he is holding up the voting rights of every American in this country. You're letting your little bullshit line we have to work together bullshit.
He's holding up my voting right.
The Republic, you know, he's calling
this,
the
This is personal, y'all.
Yeah, oh hell, it should be personal for every one of us.
It's personal,
really.
and that's how we need to be looking at it. And you can call Joe Manchin, and you can call Christian Cinema, and you can let them know that as a citizen of the United States, we need
you do
these
not need
laws
to be their constituent to call them.
Exactly. Right.
So yeah,
These
call Joe
laws need to
Manchin.
be codified.
Republicans, please listen. This freaking party want to not give you a wage rise, and they want to cut Social Security. Be warned. Take the warning.
Yeah.
Right? No wage rise. We want to cut Social Security as well. If that's not fascism, dictatorship 101,
they're ready for it. Dave, these people are ready for fascism. They're ready for dictator. They're ready for an authoritarian government. They don't give a fuck. They're mad. They don't give a fuck about the issues. Not a one of them give a shit about any issue except the Second Amendment. That's the one.
John, I wonder, John, though, do the average Republican voters, I'm talking the average people, do they really realize how fascist the party has become?
No,
do they really realize?
I don't think when you're talking about conservative people who haven't drank the Trump Kool-Aid shit, who don't have signs still plastered in their yard with Trump all over it, you know, they don't believe he's going to come back in August. These people are somewhat delusional in the fact, I think, that they try to downplay. It's like trying to say January 6th was just a bunch of tourists. Well, it got out of hand, but I don't think they were really trying to overthrow the guy. Yes, they were. So, yeah, it's the conservatives of this country. If you are still holding on to some semblance of a conservative view, then what the hell? How much more challenge to your patriotism does it take than an insurrection like what we saw? And we know that there are lawmakers that were implicated in this. And that's why the Republican Party doesn't want it. It's going to show who was doing what and how they egged it on, how they pushed it on.
John?
Yes, ma'am.
John?
Yes, ma'am.
John?
Yes, ma'am.
An update.
Give me an update.
There's football coaches
Yes.
got fired.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
As well they should. See?
Now that's how you act.
That's what you do when vile shit like that happens. When somebody does something like that to challenge a person's religion, really? You think that's going to teach him some lesson? It taught him a lesson real quick. That you're a dick and you need to be fired. Why would you put a child through that? Why would you do that?
Really.
But we have, you know, there's every once in a while you see these odd stories. Some teacher gets fired because of some class project. The last one I remember had something to do with selling slaves in class, and it was an ugly story. It wasn't like, okay, well, we're going to teach the children that black people were sold. It got nasty. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was a while back ago, but it goes along the lines of, if we have racist in our community, then we have racists in your fire department. You have them in the police department. You have them in the military. You have them down at the tax office. They're everywhere. If they're in your community, they're in our institutions. And those people have to be sought out and removed, because they're not working for the community. They're working for only their buddies, their friends, only those people, you know. It's sickening. You know, you just, I don't know, you keep wondering how in the hell we're ever going to get.
There's so much selfishness in the Republican Party. They're all out for each other. They're not out to protect each other. They're out for their own benefits.
Political power, their own financial benefit.
Money. It's all money.
Yeah. You know, we had a school down here in Florida. I can't remember which county it is now. I can't remember if it was in the Panhandle here somewhere. It might have been.
Right.
But you know, they got in trouble for well, I don't think they got in trouble, but there's a big issue to come up because there's like a dozen or more so pictures in the yearbook that they altered because they didn't find them appropriate. They didn't find what the the girls.
Oh, yeah, the cleavage.
The girls were wearing.
Yeah, the cleavage.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, and so they altered the pictures, and these girls were upset, and the parents got upset about it, and so there's a whole big fuss come up about that, but it kind of went away, and that was just a couple of weeks ago. So we'll see what comes back about it. But yeah, they were sitting there, and they pay for that fucking yearbook. They should be able to take whatever picture they want to put in it. You know what I mean?
But here's the problem with all of that. You have a 16, 17-year-old child who, at that point in your life, everything you do is like, it's a big deal, and being in the yearbook and having your picture altered could possibly be a little traumatic. Hey, they didn't alter near young man's photograph in that book. Yeah. Not a one. Yeah. Not a one.
It's only the cleavage shots. They covered the cleavage up. No cleavage at all.
So, what? Why didn't they just paint on a burqa onto these young ladies instead? Because
some of the
that's no different than what they did. Oh, they can't show cleavage at 17 in a yearbook because it makes my dick hard as a man. That's all.
And you know what's crazy about that is I went to a damn high school. It's the only high school in the county. It was and this, they didn't do that shit back in those days. I mean,
no, they didn't.
They didn't. I mean, it's like, my God. I mean, and now it's like a problem. I mean, what the hell? I mean,
and I've seen the original.
It wasn't a problem back in those days because it was enforced big time.
I mean, and I could see that. I could see that school probably doing something like that one of these days.
You know what? If the far right wing Christians have their way, they'll have them all wearing chastity belts and everything else. Because
and that's why.
Who was the guy that put the drape over the statue of Justice?
Look,
Ashcroft?
This is why this young lady yesterday spoke up at her graduation ceremony. She purposely submitted a speech that she was not going to write. And she told the state of Texas, keep your fucking laws off of my body. Bravo.
Yes.
Miss Paxton Smith.
Good
job.
And don't tell me that these kids are stupid. Yeah,
no. Oh, no.
They know far more than people credit them.
That's the one thing about every generation becomes a little bit smarter, baby.
Do we remember him?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Do we remember him? Yes.
I follow him on Twitter.
They're not stupid at all.
I said before, this guy, this kid's got some balls.
But this is what the Republican Party is doing. They are effectively making brand new Democrats.
Yes, they are.
I mean,
yes, they are.
You got to think what this kid David Hall has put himself into, because I mean, that Marjorie Taylor Greene, that could have easily been someone else. That I mean, at any moment, this kid, he spoke his voice. He's brave for doing what he's doing, and he still lives his life. Just like I said, just think, if Marjorie Taylor Greene can walk up on him and harass him, who else you think that could walk up on him and do what they, something a lot different and worse,
Yeah, look, that stupid bitch gonna walk up on somebody and she gonna pull back a nub.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
It's going to happen. They're gonna do more than snap her ass.
But what she done to that poor kid when she chased him down the street and harassed him was just beyond reproach. She should have been dragged before the committee.
She don't remember what happened to the senator from was it Arizona, Kelly's wife.
They're all going to memory problem, these Republicans.
She was shot in her head at a supermarket going to.
It was.
What's her name? The Senator Kelly's wife.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I remember.
Green doesn't remember that shit. That shit can happen to her too. She ain't protected as well as anybody else walking around in this crazy ass country right now.
And right now, that's happening. on a daily basis. Yes, Fauci?
Yes,
Gabby Gifford. Gabby Gifford.
Gabby
Thank
Gifford,
you.
thank you.
That's the one.
That's the one. Thank you.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But
And she fought back
Thank you.
hard too, baby. She came back. She knows.
Yes, she did.
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
She is
She's
amazing.
amazing.
She came back to
She's
speak.
still doing
You know,
it. Isn't she?
there was
She's
the
still
young
involved.
lady out of Afghanistan that was shot in the head. She went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Is that Malala?
You know,
Yeah.
yes,
And
yes.
I also remember Gabby Guilford's husband, Mark Scott, that's his name.
With
Mark,
the
he's the
Mark
astronaut.
Kelly.
He's Kelly. Mark Kelly.
Mark Kelly.
He's the congressman now. He's the
Yes.
congressman. There was a congressman or
Yes.
senator, one of them. Yeah, but that was her name. But like I said, go back to David Hogg. You know, I don't think Marjorie Taylor Greene affected him, because if you go back and look at that, he just kept his hands in his pockets, just kept on walking, ignored her. She
You
said,
don't know, mate.
Yep.
I mean,
You
well,
don't know.
That's why
You
I'm
know,
wearing
yeah,
my
you're right. I
AZ
don't
Resist
know.
shirt
You know,
tonight
I don't
was because
Look,
I want
look,
Arizona
that
to resist
young-
this bullshit that's going on down there now. Go ahead.
Check this out.
What?
That young man experienced somebody coming into his school and shooting at him and and all his friends. He watched his friends die. Does she actually think that what the fuck she does is effective?
Yeah.
He watched his friends die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already been through
Yeah.
more in
She's
his
just-
life than she
She's
ever
a
has.
dumb bitch.
She
And,
is.
and brother
She
for
is.
the man who's
Not
running
only
against her.
dumb, but
Yeah.
she is a hateful woman. You know, it's
Yeah,
not
she
just
is.
her ignorance. It's her ability to intentionally reach out to hurt people. You know, it falls in the line of all the Republicans. That's all they have is hate. That's it.
Deliberate indifference. She doesn't give a fuck on purpose.
Yeah, it's by
You know,
design.
Trump is attracted.
Because there's
Trump is just attracted the same sort of person as him to the party.
Yes.
He's attracted
Chaos,
to the same
baby.
sort of person.
He wants
Yeah.
people that are going to spread chaos.
Yeah, well, karma is coming for her dumb ass.
Karma's coming
I hope
for all
so.
of them. You know, all of them. Don Jr., Eric, Ivanka, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Bobart out in, you know, time.
They're
You know,
gonna, John,
They
they're
don't
gonna have
realise
their
the
day.
the world hates these people. They just
Yes.
don't understand. It's not just America. The
No.
fucking world hates them.
people
world is
across the
pissed
world
off
know
with
the name Marjorie Taylor
Yeah.
Greene. She's the cucumber
Never so
lady, the
much in the
crazy
history.
American. Ain't that pitiful?
Never so much in the history of American
You know,
politics as the world knows
she's
more about
raising a lot of
Americans.
money
Hold
for
on,
the Republican
Brandon, hold
Party.
on. I'll see what's
But I'm sorry,
That's all right.
go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I always going to say was that never in the history of American politics or in the history of America has so many countries and so many parts of the world and so many people known about the American politics and got so interested and concerned. This is how much the world is involved, guys. The world hates the Republicans as much as you do. But do they realise that? I don't think so.
They don't care.
It doesn't
really
matter.
don't
They
care.
don't care.
They
They don't care. They're all
They
about
really don't.
raising money right now. And she'll go out and she'll raise a whole lot of money and she can still lose
and the
her
path
next
right
race.
now-
Okay? And that's all they care about.
The
They don't
path
even
right
care
now
about
to make
her.
money is to sell that hate, to keep selling the big
Sell
lie
that
you were
bullshit.
cheated, that your freedom is in jeopardy. I love
The
that.
Trump lie.
Yes. They key in on the attitude, the emotion of what
Yeah.
Trump is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's no
it's like-
politics. There's no.
So-
Go
yeah,
ahead.
and
Yes, sir.
Marjorie Taylor Greene Marjorie Taylor Greene and Gates, they're out there doing their little tour. And trust me, now, like I said about earlier with the Fauci emails, they're going to get out there. They're going to spread that shit.
Yeah.
They take any little bullshit they can, and they can feed it
See?
to their followers.
See, it's a
and they
conspiracy.
eat-
Look
they-
at all this. It's
and
the
they-
evil
They
Democrats.
suck it up. They suck it up, and they it's like a lifeline to them. All this crap. I mean, they
think they're the new president and vice president. That's what. I mean, they're delusional. That's what they're acting like. The president and vice president out and doing publicity tours. You know.
Yeah.
Here's one thing that they didn't catch about the last election. Donald Trump, fuck Trump. That
What did you
raised
say?
a lot of fucking money. And you know what happened? He lost.
He
Hey,
lost the money.
He
to
still
vote,
lost.
Did you hear he's got his hotel there in Washington, D.C. up for sale?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
No.
Having a little bit of problem there raising cash, I understand. Got a little cash
And
flow
they
problem.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
And they
He
got
still
rid
had
of
plenty
his.
of cash.
They got
He
rid
still
of,
had
rid
heat.
of his internet too. Did you see that? His
Yes.
page.
Oh, his blog? Yeah, they're making
Yeah,
fun of
I
it. It
love
didn't even last 3 Scaramouches.
Yeah.
Lasted 20. That's what they're saying. It didn't even last 3 Scaramucci's. I thought that was rather funny.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he
That
shut
made
it
me
down.
laugh.
Junior's out there asking for money too. I mean, they're asking for money. They're begging for money, and there's people willing to give it to them.
Yes,
You know,
that's the sad
I wonder
part.
how much. I wonder how much money they're actually getting right now. If
I'm
it's gonna
sure
be
my
like
neighbors are on
yeah.
the phone right now or on the internet ordering their new Trump 2024 bullshit signs. You know, I think they're going to need a
He'll
new
make the
MAGA
money.
hat or something.
But he made money last time, and he still lost.
He still lost. It doesn't
That's
matter.
good.
It's the sell game. Doesn't
Well,
matter
hey,
if the product is worth a shit, which it isn't.
Hey,
His wine
John,
wasn't worth a shit. His university
in his
wasn't worth
own-
a shit. Huh?
in his
Grifter's
own
got a
mind, he
grift,
didn't
John.
lose.
What's that?
Grifter's got a grift.
Grifter's got a grift, man. That's his income.
I was gonna say too. In his own mind, though, he didn't lose. He
It's his-
plans on waltzing back into Washington.
In his mind, he is
Johnny.
still winning.
Oh, no, Johnny.
I
Oh, no. See, this is where you guys are wrong. This losing thing is what's fucking driving him delusional. He ain't never lost before. He ain't never lost
He has
before.
not been so embarrassed on the world stage,
Crazy.
you
And I
know,
just want to know what is
since
what is
Obama
this
made fun
motherfucker
of him.
doing? Because I
This
know we
is
don't
what-
want to hear. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just saying this is what that psychiatrist said on NMSBC, that at this stage when he's going downhill and now he can see the writing on the wall, he can't see an out, he's going to react either in 2 ways. He's going
Gonna lash out.
The fight or flight. And the psychiatrist said he's worried that Trump will sacrifice people for his ego, meaning he's going to put people in the street.
Now,
We've already seen that shit. We've already seen him sacrifice.
We saw
Person
him
after person
send
after
them on
person.
January 6th, and they went willingly. They went willingly. That's what he's wanting.
I want to
Go
know
ahead,
what.
Steve.
I don't want to say I want to know what this guy's doing, but really, I mean, we're gonna be hearing this man's name for a while. I mean, that's not going to change.
Who,
This
Gates
man,
or Trump?
No, Trump. But I mean, it's like, I mean, you think there'd be paparazzi out there taking photos of him if he was out there playing golf or doing anything, and I just don't see nothing like that. So I'm like,
They don't want to waste their film on that idiot.
well,
What are you talking
if
about?
he's not out there playing golf or something, what is he like sitting there losing his damn mind, freaking? I mean, what the hell is
Well, you know,
hell is going on with this man?
And see, he was always used to calling everybody a loser. Now he doesn't know how to deal with himself losing. That's his problem.
Well, it's everything. All his chickens are coming home to roost for the last 10 decades
right.
of fucking ripping the country off.
He can't
right.
get his message out over the internet. I mean, he's got to be going crazy. I mean, it's just, maybe he'll just fucking die from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, he could have
I
a
tell
stroke.
you
He
what,
could.
I saw him on TV today, and I whipped the finger at the TV screen. I said, "Drop dead, you bastard!"
But you know, guys, this stress could give him a stroke. Seriously, he could suffer a stroke. He could fake a stroke too, with a couple of good doctors under his wing and a few dollars. He could fake a stroke and make out he can't stand any charges because he's incapacitated.
Yeah. Poor me, I can't go to prison because
You know,
look at
who's
me,
tried that? Weinstein tried that. There's been a few. Bill Cosby tried it. They all got very sick all of a
I was gonna
sudden
say,
when they got charged.
Aussie, don't give him any ideas, please.
No, I just, it seems like lately or these days or whatever, I just have so much of a hard time trying to wrap my head around a lot of things that are going on. And sometimes I just want to be like, just just forget about it. You know,
just go on an island somewhere and forget about it.
We have a good question to ponder here. Because
it always comes back around, and I'm like, okay, shit.
Old Bat with 2 cats, who's been with us for so long, thank you so much, darling, came in with $15 donation and said, if Rump is reinstated in August, can we impeach him for a 3rd time?
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. No, he's not coming back for.
No, he's not.
It's a delusional daydream, wet dream for the Republicans and the little maggots that, he's coming back in August. He's still got power. No, he doesn't.
Don't let their delusion get in the way
of
your...
don't even think about it. There's absolutely no way. There's no mechanism in the Constitution for that to happen. He's a whiny little bitch is what he is, a loser.
You figure, John, if they wanted to really have a coup and overthrow the government, they'd have to have practically the whole army, I would think, to back them up, and that's not going to happen. No, I don't see it happening.
I mean, I think he's the less of our worries right now. Like I said, we'll still be hearing his name for a while, but I don't think
we don't have to worry about another insurrection trying to overthrow this government. We just have to worry about little maggots that are going to try to get bold or some shit around the country.
He might try to run for president though in 2024, but unless he goes to prison first, that would be nice.
I'm thinking he's either going to go to prison first, but he's going to be reduced to irrelevance anyway. He is every day anyway. You know, we're all making fun his blog lasted 3 scaramouches. You know, it faded away because nobody gives a shit about him anymore. Only the maggots, only the diehard little maggots that want to hang on to the racist bullshit. That's it.
That's what.
There's nobody with a brain out here saying, "Yep, that Trump, he's got a shot at this." No, he don't. He's trying to suck the little maggots' money out of their wallet. That's it. And he'll do that just like he did to the country for as long as he could.
Besides, the Constitution says you have to be inaugurated into the office of the White House. You can't be reinstated.
There is no reinstating.
Now, how's that stupid bitch lawyer running around saying shit like going to Bernadette?
Because she has a mouth. She has a mouth, and
she's working on the same
size of a pea. And it's attached to her mouth.
The same one
whatever the fuck she wants. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it true.
She'll say anything because she's already
that bullshit with Trump.
She already went into court and said, "Well, you can't believe anything I say. Who in their right mind would believe anything I said?" And now she's back out there again, spouting that shit. She's the one stood at that little maggot meeting, QAnon crap.
Why are we talking about these people?
Because it's funny as shit.
What matters, Flynn?
It is
Flynn
funny.
matters.
Yes, it is funny.
Flynn matters.
It's funny, but it is their words that keep that small percentage of maggots. And we're not talking about the 70-something million people that voted for Trump. That's not all of them. No, we're talking about a small percentage of the maggots, the racist bullshit, don't give a shit about the issues, that's all about attitude, little rednecks that we have to worry about. That's all his base is now. But it's not enough to take a party anywhere. They're going to fall flat on their stupid face, still holding up their Trump 2024 signs. When that's gone, I'm sure it'll come up with Trump 2028 signs. You know, as long as they keep the dream alive.
Parading around in California.
Yes. And it's sad.
From Rockland, California to the Capitol last.
If you see anybody flying a Trump flag, these are the ignorant people that would sell this country out in a heartbeat. That Trump flag is nothing but you might as well be flying the Russian flag and speaking Russian. Because that's who you are.
My neighbor has a campaign sign still from the 2020 election. He still has it in his window.
You are not
I almost feel like yelling
in it
over.
for your country. You're in it for a deity. You've made him into your deity.
Well, that's what they've done.
I
feel like yelling over at him and saying, I feel like yelling over at him and telling him to rip the sign down.
These people, the diehards, they will throw their respect, their dignity, their integrity, their religion, everything. They throw that in the ditch by following this guy. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. I seen a video. Oh, go ahead, John.
No, go ahead. You saw a video that said what?
No, I just seen videos like these people going around now. They got people that are still flying their Trump whatever now, but like they're like going around and they come across these vehicles that got the Trump stickers on them, like the bumper stickers. Right. They got this. It just says "lost," and they go up and put that sticker right
Trump
over the
lost.
Trump sticker.
That's pretty good.
Well, there you go.
That's pretty good.
Well, right down the road from me, they have a gun range and a gun store. They still have that big. They have a big tank there with the big Trump 2020.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm sure.
Come on,
I don't have to go far to see ignorance. Yeah. Believe me.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's right outside my door. I don't get to the end of my street without running into ignorance. Die hard, in your face. Yes, I support a dictator, a liar, a thief, because I'm that ignorant. That's all it is. And they're not going to give it up, because that's all they believe in is that lie.
They really got nothing better to do.
They got nothing. They got nothing.
Also got something else that got really bad when Trump was elected. The trouble with China. See, I think Trump made the China situation worse, because now China is threatening Australia, a lot of Asian countries and European countries about trade deals, and not getting involved in the China Sea situation, because we've got ships down there, and they're hitting us with sanctions and hitting us with higher tariffs, I should say, on our goods. So, and this wasn't happening when Trump wasn't president, all this Chinese shit. They were building islands, but he got into power, and all of a sudden, while he's creating a lot of mayhem, it seemed to be they're quietly working in the background, advancing their strength and power throughout the world. And I put that down to Trump, the effect he's had on the Chinese situation.
Mm-hmm.
China's going to be a big problem, guys. We've been watching Trump and had our eyes off the ball.
There are a lot of things that are going on the world stage right now that should alarm us. Should we need
China wants to be a superpower. That's what they want to be.
They are.
They are. Yeah.
They are a superpower.
Their army is bigger than yours numbers wise. Maybe not technology, but certainly don't want to go to war with them.
It's sad when we start thinking about
did you
who's
see
got the most powerful military, because I really don't want to find out. Old Bat with two cats came back in with $5 and said she was just kidding about that reinstalling him in August. Well, we knew you weren't serious. You just posing the question, could we impeach him again? And I said that would be fun.
Did you see that China now upped their children's rate? What, they can have three children?
3 now. Yeah, because the labor pool is going down.
Now they can build their army bigger. Yeah.
Now the labor pool is going down.
The population is aging. They've got an too older population.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It seems to be a familiar problem across the world. Older generation. Yes.
That's the industry.
Yes.
See, we turned it in Australia. We turned the old generation. 15 years ago, it became a big problem. We had nursing homes that were decrepit. We had people dying in nursing homes through the bad management. And all of a sudden, the smart government come in, which was a Labor government, which is equivalent to a Democratic government, come in and said, look, there's an industry here. Let's turn it into one. And now there's thousands upon thousands employed. Fresh out of school, they go to a few months training how to handle old people, and they are employed as aged carers. And they're in it for years. They get pension. It's a proper job, and it's a whole new industry. We've done the same with the solar. We said, this and that, and this and that. Then we turned it into an industry. We started making our own panels. We started installing in every new home. And it's now employs thousands of thousands. If the people learn to flex with what needs to happen, you can still make money, guys. And I'm saying this to the rich, So
people still make money doing it, but you can make money improving people's lives.
And your life and the planet's life.
Yes.
But I blame Mitch McConnell. He's kept your country back so badly. You should be leading in all this technology. You used to lead in this sort of technology years ago. But McConnell has cost you dearly in more ways, not just in infrastructure, but in modern advancement in world technology and being world leaders. He's taken that world leadership thing away from you guys. We used to say years ago as a kid, it was always buy American, you know, and that's not happening anymore.
Oh, Lord.
You want to buy a toaster? You buy American-made toaster. You want to buy this? You bought an American-made one. You know?
Well, that's back when
Dave,
we made
can I
things.
just say something?
Yes.
Yeah, say so. Yeah. You know, as far as background noise, you got the best because I'm like hearing the birds and I'm thinking I'm in the jungle and shit. And
I
I'm
just
like,
took off my
cool.
phones and
That's
tried to.
cool.
Is that something here or is that on? No, it's on here, baby.
Yeah,
that's
it's got
my
me-
backyard.
And I'm listening to the birds in the
jealous.
jungle, and I'm wanting Fruit Loops for some reason. And,
You know, you say that, yet I'm sitting here and there's 5 pelicans on the jetty just looking at me, waiting for some bread.
yeah, I mean that's cool as shit, man. It's like I'm like right out there in the jungle, listening to all the birds and stuff. I'm like, wow, man.
It is a slice of heaven. It's actually God's country, but not taking away from America, mate. You got some gorgeous country
No,
over
no,
here.
we call
I would
Texas
love
God's
to see the
country.
grand.
You know, there's 4,200
I'd
gods
love
in the
to.
world. Don't worry, there's enough spread around.
But yeah, I
I'd
mean,
love to
it's,
see the
it's,
Grand
it's,
Canyon.
Yeah.
it's just like it's because like it's cool to listen to. You know, usually like Bill Jones when he's on here and he's talking to his dog Sam, and he gets on to his dog Sam. I think he's talking to me, and I'm like, what? And then I have to remember he's got a dog named Sam, and he's actually talking to his dog. And I'm like, oh no, he's talking to the dog. I'm like, what did I do? Oh no, you're talking to the dog.
Somebody's got a song out now about
Have you
walking her cat
American-
named Dog. Something.
Have you American people heard a kookaburra? Yeah,
Yes.
kookaburra.
Yeah. I
Right.
have
Well,
I,
some days here they talk to each other, and you know it's just so loud and goes on for a half, 3/4 of an hour per conversation. But they actually talk to each other. It's quite entertaining. And the same with the crows. They talk to each
you
other.
want to see entertainment at
I
my
don't
house?
speak crow.
Yeah, I like listening to Fred.
Entertainment at my house is when I have my new Eargo hearing aids in, which I don't have them in right now because I've got headsets.
How are they going?
I love them. I love them. There's problems. There's problems with this hearing shit. Because when you put them things in your ear, you hear everything. You go get ice out of the refrigerator. Are you shitting me? Sounds like an avalanche. Just the noise of the ice. You know, it's just the little things. One of them being when I'm sitting in there at the table, and then Fred decides to start squawking loudly, and the thing is, there's a setting on my eargos, on my hearing aids, that when I tap my ear, it changes programs, and one of the programs is mute. Now I have to go back in and reset that because my normal setting on this thing is there's 4 programs. Program 3 is my normal setting for listening. Program 1 is mute. I need to move that to program 4. That way I don't have to go 4, 1. You know, I'm sitting over there whacking myself in the head trying to get this thing to turn off. Because when I'm sitting right there and he goes to squawk, are you shitting me? It's like an intense thing in my ears. But no, Dave, they're working out great. I appreciate you asking.
You can hear people talk behind. People talk behind your back now.
Everything. I hear everything. When I put those things in, I hear everything. Let me hear.
So you hear the dad's a nut and all that
everything.
shit.
And it gets irritating after a while. Because now I'm having to, you know, Mama gets kicked because I'm having to turn down the TV. Turn it down, you know, because I'm always like, turn the TV up. I can't hear it. And Travis, I have to get used to him because he's always talking loudly because I've been deaf all his life. All of a sudden I get hearing aids. He don't remember. He comes in and, how you doing, Dad? And it's like, whoa. You know, but they're working great. They really are.
That's
You know.
great.
What made you deaf? What caused your deafness?
Airplanes. Jet engines, baby.
Okay.
I've been around jet engines ever since I was 18 years old.
I thought maybe it was too many squirrels chattering in your
Yeah,
ear.
that's
Every
probably
time I
what
hear
it
you,
is. The squirrels that run around in my head.
head.
No, it is. It's all my years in the Navy and in the Army that you know, you're constantly next to a jet engine. And
Did you get
Yeah,
compensated?
they're
for this?
loud.
It's in my records. No, not really. Not really.
In Australia, they got a program going on.
I get free
for the last
hearing aids.
6 months. Yeah, well, over here, they're giving you cash. If you were a baby boomer and you are now in your 60s and you've got hearing problems, you can go to this government place, put a claim form in, and you can get $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000.
Huh?
Because back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, the safety laws weren't like they were in the 90s and 2000s. So the people suffered hearing losses, and now they're compensating the people for that. So if you go to the government office, put a claim form in, then you go through a review and they check you out. If they think that you've become deaf over the years because of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, you get some money. That's a good government. That's a good government.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know if it's government. If it was government, they'd say it's a government initialised program, but they don't. It might be a union thing. But anyhow, you get money for going deaf, for working in your early life.
Yeah,
that's great.
Greg Thornton here said my dad was a crew chief for a P-38. He was deaf too. Yeah, you hang around airplanes or aircraft too long, you can't hear shit.
Didn't you wear headphones?
Hi?
Yeah,
I'm glad I
Didn't you have headphones? Didn't you have earplugs?
Well, most of the time. Not all the time, because sometimes you scramble, you just run out there.
Yeah.
You know, and shit.
Can't be bothered.
When I was working for the Army, the test stand for the blades was right outside the door. So we would build new blades, and you have to test them. They have this big monstrous engine up there on this test stand, and they put them blades up there and start whopping all that. And so, it's, like many places, industrial places, you're gonna have hearing loss. That's what's so pitiful. Is there's the things that old people need are not covered by Medicare. Dentures or eyeglasses or hearing aids. Yeah. No, we don't cover that shit.
Figure this out, John. You would think they'd cover my diabetic medications. No.
No, we don't have health care. We have profit care. You pay for it or you
die.
No,
you don't get.
Yeah.
That's
your diabetic medication not under the health scheme. You don't get a discount, cheap, or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Over here, if you're diabetic or need insulin for any reason, it's like I think it's about $7 or $8, maybe $10.
Well, I don't need insulin. I just have to take metformin. But now I get that, most of it's paid for by the Medicare, but I pay it like a little bit.
Old bat, two cats. OSHA was not a thing during the Vietnam era. No, it wasn't. They were nowhere to be found.
We wore hearing protection in the Air Force.
Yeah.
You got the biggest economy in the world, the most wealthiest economy in the world, and yet you poor people are getting treated like second-class citizens.
Are you shitting me? Greg Talbert, one of our Blue Dots, after all these years, he's ground pounder in Vietnam, a veteran, and he's suffering from Agent Orange now, still, and you don't know what you're doing when you're there. It's only later on, I'm sure that when I kick off, they're going to find all sorts of asbestos in my freaking lungs. Hell yes, I got lots of it. That and glass
all the baby
bead.
boomers would.
I've got a lot of shit in my lungs.
I used to sit under the nacelle of an SR-71 running an afterburner on the afterburner pad.
Yeah, doesn't matter if you have Mickey Mouse ears on, does it?
Well, we sit back there, we throw rocks up into the jet exhaust and watch them
fly down.
Yeah. And I saw Beale Air Force Base where the SR-71 was stationed.
Right.
We called it Jackrabbit Flats because there was jackrabbits everywhere. We're sitting there one day on an burner test run because we were there as electricians because we'd have to change out the generator drive unit. So we making sure the drive wasn't leaking, and we did do load bank tests on it. But anyway, this rabbit runs in behind the back of the jet engine, and it just totally exploded.
Boy, howdy shit.
Boom.
Yeah.
They have these big old blast fences behind the jets.
Yeah.
When they're running, so it goes up in the air instead of straight out. And it's California. You got a lot of dry grass, and they don't want to set anything on fire.
Out at the Army Depot when I worked out here, in the engine section, they have a engine test center, and every engine that's built goes through there. It gets tested in there, and boy, you could sure hear that so much when they had a massive failure, when they had an engine blow in there. I mean, it was contained in a room that nobody gets hurt because you're not in there. You're outside this chamber, and when you fire it up, but as Sparky knows, anything to do with aviation, everything you do on that aircraft, you have to account for. I don't care if it's a damn paper clip, a tool, a piece of wire that you cut off, just anything can cause an aircraft to go down. It's the smallest of things. So,
big responsibility.
Yes.
I was working on a number 4 engine of a KC-135 in Thailand, and they were doing an engine test on the number 3 engine. And back then we had ground cords. Remember those?
Right.
Well, he walked by there in the front of he drug the ground cord around the front of the engine, and it sucked the ground cord up, and then the jet blew. I mean, the engine just went boom.
Yep. Anything goes up in that engine, it's gonna, something's gonna go bang in there.
Goes out,
it hits them turbine blades in there, and things start rattling around real quick.
I don't want to change the subject, but just going back, this is how pathetic shit is. Okay.
All right.
Junior is charging $600 each for a video. I guess to people for a video of him saying anything you want him to say, and he'll DM you for $20.
It's a sign of the times, brother. Pretty soon we're going to see Ivanka out there on fans only page or something, making money. Michael Johnson, I want to thank, came in with $5 and said, "Come on, people now. Smile on your brother and sister now. Blue Dots, get together." Can't sing the whole
and
thing.
Don't you donate to die,
I know
Junior,
the song, and
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, they're all lawyered up now.
Thank you, Michael Johnson, brother.
Money.
Huh?
They're all lawyered up now, so those lawyers are costing a bunch of money.
Yeah. Well, that's why they got to keep raising money. It's because lawyers cost money.
They raised millions. Over the last 3 months, they raised millions. I can't see why Trump would be low on cash. He got $200-something million on the last money-raising thing he had. He's employed no lawyers. He won't pay Rudy, so I don't know where the money's gone.
Yeah,
with
then
Timothy, can we please change the name of that agency from Space Force to something else? Really?
Yes.
It
sounds a bit pathetic, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If he gets his rallies, if he has his rallies, he'll make more millions.
They say that's exactly what he's going to do, is start having his MAGA rallies, and he's going to get out there and pump the same old bullshit. He won and all that. It's the only way. Then please
CNN, NBC, and ABC stay home. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
NBC and CNN.
They're not going to cover his rallies. They'll take a snip or so out of it. I don't think they're.
If he had one of his rallies and they just went ahead and snagged him up at one of his rallies, okay, well,
Well, don't bitch about the man and support him. Just don't bitch about him, and by turning up there, even though you're not a supporter, CNN turns up and MSNBC turns up. In some way, it makes him look more important than he really is. But if they don't turn up, and only Fox turns up, well, it implodes.
Yeah. Well, I hope that's what they do, but you know how it goes.
I know. But I just hope that they got more integrity than than that. But I gotta hold my breath and think. Shit, I'm gonna suffocate.
He has to get out there and do a rally because his blog was a complete fucking failure, like everything else in his life. Okay, and so he needs to drum up his little minions that go around following him in the little red hats. He needs to keep them riled up so they keep donating to all these Republicans. And so this is why he's getting. And besides the fact that he needs to pay at least one attorney because his ass is in doo-doo.
Oh yeah,
it is.
So
more
he'll have
drama
to pay
to come.
somebody to go up in court.
In the days and weeks and months to come, there will be so much more drama and entertainment. We will be so.
Just remember.
What?
That grand jury's only empowered for 6 months. So something's got to happen.
So, you know, we're going to see a lot happen that's going to change this dynamic pretty damn quick. And Cassie Hicks said it was 2.9 Scaramucci's long. Didn't even make 3. 2.9 Scaramucci's, man, that's pretty bad. So, yeah, he's going to get out there and try to kick his shit off. It's the only way he can keep fleecing them. Anyway, I guess we better wrap up. I'm going to have to take some time off this evening to go visit my wife. I'm sorry we were late today and had problems, but I think it turned out to be a great show anyway. Anyway.
Yes, we'll let you slide this time, John.
This time. Don't cut me no slack.
Yeah.
Get used to it. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming. Bernadette, always a pleasure, baby, when you come in. Always a pleasure.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure being here, John.
Thank you, baby. And Johnny Fly, all the way up in Pennsylvania, brother.
Yes.
We appreciate you being here, brother. Always.
I appreciate you having me, sir.
Well, I know you do. It's a mutual thing. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
We're in a club. S.C. Smith, thank you, brother, for coming down here up in Tallahassee. We appreciate it, brother.
I appreciate it anytime I can come over and you let me in the room, and I appreciate for everybody putting up with me.
Well, good conversation.
Oh, we love you, S.C.
That's what we have. Yeah. It's family talk. That's what we have here. Aussie Dave, brother, thank you again. We always appreciate it when you have your voice in the room.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And Sparky Dunk out in California. Staying in the air conditioner,
John,
brother. Yeah.
If you come by the front porch tomorrow.
Yeah. Can I?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's in your best Southern accent or whatever, just say.
Yeah.
Them's fake boobs.
Them's fake boobs. Them's fake boobs. I'll say it the first thing when I come on the show. That's what I'll say. Robin, yeah, them's fake boobs.
That was a story last week.
That was. I heard part of it. What were they talking about?
Them fake boobs.
I got on the tail end of that shit, but I didn't hear who was the one that said that originally, Spark?
Robin was talking about going to get a blood test or something.
Right.
And she walked into the office and there was, as he calls it, Marveline and then, Emmett and Marveline, two old people sitting in there.
Right.
And she walked in there, the old gal says, "Them fake boobs."
Are you shitting me? Said that to Robin?
In the Southern accent, yeah.
Them's fake boobs.
Them's fake boobs.
Them's fake boobs.
Yeah. SC's got it.
Yeah, them's fake boobs.
Them's fake boobs.
There you go.
Boy, how the shit. Well, nice of him to point that out.
I mean, if you come in tomorrow, you got to do that.
I'll do it.
We're talking boobs.
Robin is just tickle pink with the saying, okay?
I'll do that. Wow, them's fake boobs.
Oh, my God. Tickle boobs.
When I start shooting silver dollars out of my... All right. Anyway, Spark, thank you for being there. I'll be there tomorrow, brother. I'll be there.
Okay.
All right.
Hold you to it.
I will. And Bellica, who got us all cranked up. I'm glad we got that situation taken care of down there with the coaches.
Yeah, because there's 8 of them, and the head coach and the seven assistant coaches were.
All
Are
fired.
they all
They
men?
were going
Good.
to just suspend them until they got an investigation, and they
Yeah,
just,
let us know
and I
about.
just let them
Good.
go because no.
Yeah.
Are they all
Well,
men? Or is
yeah.
it men
No,
and
they
women?
have to do a vetting service. They got to do extra vetting on these
Yeah.
teachers
Yeah.
and administrators.
Well,
Extra
let's
vetting. And see what
let us.
kind of extremist views they have. Any extremist views. Once you nail that, once you nail those, the ones that do have it, then those are the ones you do not put in your classroom. Extremist views does not belong in a classroom at all. Period. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on.
No, that shouldn't be a political thing at all. So
Can I find out whether they're all males or is there any females amongst them?
I think they're all males.
All males,
It was
okay.
a
Of course.
football. It was a football coach.
of course, you know, because testosterone.
Well, good. It's a good thing that he's not a football coach anymore,
Yeah.
since he's promoting.
Maybe they'll get a higher grade of
Patriot.
coaches. A higher, Patriot. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in here and helping me out tonight, because it was a rough start. Didn't have my shit together, so I appreciate all of y'all coming in and helping me out and turning this into a good show. So thank y'all very much. I want to thank all our family out there on YouTube, on Facebook, on Periscope, for your kindness, giving us your time to come spend a little bit of it with us. Thank you to those who donated tonight and our Patreon members, truly keeping us on the air. We appreciate it tremendously. Outside of that, baby, it's Thursday. So mañana is Beer and Bud Friday, baby. So put the beer on the ice, get the bud in the ball, get ready, and maybe we'll have a decent weekend. The entertainment is going to be flowing pretty soon, and we can all sit back and enjoy it. But this is our democracy we're fighting for. Don't ever forget that that's why we're here every day, is to remind you that this democracy is a fragile thing, and it only survives because the patriots that have come before us have fought, died, and voted to keep it. And we have to do the same thing, baby. So stay involved, stay informed. Get your shot if you ain't got it already. You're behind the times if you ain't got your shot. Yeah. So get that done. Who knows? You might win $1 million in one of these states, or at least get a beer from
Or you
Budweiser.
might get a gun.
Yeah.
Or a gun.
Are you shitting me? Are they giving away a gun? Really, SC?
Yeah,
Or
West
a ticket to
Virginia.
the Super Bowl.
West Virginia.
Get a
I
shot.
didn't know,
Give a shot.
You didn't know. You
No,
didn't know
I
about
didn't
that?
know that, but I'm not surprised at all. Get a
You know
shot.
what, John? We
What?
missed out. We missed out and talking about tonight that one of the biggest stories in America that happened last night. That 14-year-old and 12-year-old shooting out with the cops.
I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in the
Yeah,
blue room.
we'll talk about
Dang.
that in the blue room. Be a good discussion over there. But yes, that was just terrible. I mean, when we have 12 and 14-year-olds willing to have a shootout with the cops, we have major problems, and we need to address them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of problems with that all around. And
Yeah.
like I said, we'll talk about it in the blue room. We'll
Indeed,
definitely, because
indeed.
I that happened here in Florida, and I watched the body cam footage of all
I
that
saw
go
it.
down. And we'll
This
discuss
is-
that in the blue room.
It's not something you can lay on the cops this time. This is
No, the cops done a good job.
they
They
did
done
a good job. They tried their best to de-escalate the situation, but they were bad situation, baby. Bad situation, but
They're on a rock and
we
a
got to
hard
do a
place.
better job on how we raise our kids. Everyone.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
where
you.
it all starts. Is in our own homes.
Mum and Dad were at
in our
Trump
own
Valley,
lives.
probably.
Well, they were in a foster system, so Mom and Dad, I don't guess, were in the picture anymore. And that's a problem. But even when they have situations that happens, we have to do a better job of how we help these kids. Anyway, it's our job as civic, as our society deems it, that we are a brother's keeper. We need to take care of each other, baby, and let the sun shine in. You don't know what the blue room is, darling? Oh my goodness! Well, you're just missing out on the other half of this shit. The blue room is on our Discord channel. You can find Discord. You can go to abluedotintexas.com. You can look on the website there. There's a link to how to download and get hooked up with Discord. It does have a few glitches every once in a while. It is a room just like we're speaking in right now, except we're off air, and there's 20, 30 people in there trying to talk. It's a lot of fun, and the conversation gets really, really good in there. It's where the family meets off air. So anyway, check it out and come by and visit us. Anyway, I love you all for being here. Thank you so much. Y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll be back here for Beer and Bud Friday, and our next live will be on Sunday night for another Blue Dot family meeting. Y'all take care of yourself and try to put a smile in your heart, baby. It'll make your day go by just a little bit better. Y'all take care. We'll see you later. Bye. Let the